You've all heard about how being truly mature in digital marketing means that you'll have to think of mobile in a different fashion in the coming years. Through this next section, I'll walk you through a couple of best practices and examples of what we've seen brands do this year and likely to do in the coming years in terms of being really successful on mobile. According to a recent survey conducted by BCG on digital marketing maturity, 83% of marketers could not link data across consumer touchpoints. 68% still relied on manual processes and were not leveraging automation enough. 78% could not attribute value to their individual touchpoints across consumers, and 80% suffered from inadequate cross functional coordination to truly measure their digital marketing campaign success or failure. These are the challenges that every brand is facing today as they embark on this journey towards mobile marketing success. That's not to say that no brands have really thrived in this era of mobile. Even in a year as challenging as 2020, we've seen many brands really adapt to mobile and do it fantastically well in terms of talking to users on this medium. We've seen multiple brands as consumers talking to us directly through their website, facilitating purchases on their websites directly with us, thus building click to mortar capabilities. In addition, multiple brands have also rethought of experiences in a truly mobile first fashion, thus engaging with users when they want it and where they want it on their personal favorite smartphone devices. Over the last year, we've observed a few things that brands tend to do well when they execute campaigns well on mobile, and we'll talk you through some of those. There are four things which we've observed consistently. Most successful brands on mobile tend to leverage consumer intelligence in a truly mobile first fashion. They've also invested in mobile video as an opportunity and been talking to users through that format. Additionally, they've looked at programmatic as an opportunity, especially the InApp bucket, and seen what they could do to leverage that efficiently. Last, but definitely not the least, is to invest significantly in personalization and leverage all the data available with the right tools to support them on measurement and automation. I think jumping into each one of these to double click with a certain level of detail to help you understand them better. Consumer intelligence. What does consumer intelligence really mean in a mobile first era where the user is on the go, always in control of experiences they want to engage with, and looking for things on demand? This means that they are moving at a fast pace, which brands really have to keep up with on a daily basis. The additional challenge, of course, is the humongous amounts of data that they process, which is, of course, far more of a benefit if looked at in a different fashion and harnessed in the right way to provide data into actionable insights which can help channel their marketing campaigns better. It's important for brands to leverage platforms that work on the back of machine learning and artificial intelligence to condense all of these large data sets into simpler, actionable insights for them, and there are multiple such tools available. It is this that helps the brands build a seamless experience between their online and offline experiences to provide a seamless view to the consumer and thus make it a delightful experience for every engagement. So, how do you really look at consumer intelligence differently? Relook at the way in which you do research. Traditionally, market research was always done in a limited, panel led fashion through physical interactions, limiting your survey responses to a smaller set of individuals. Additionally, there was also a heavy reliance on stated data, which often at times was not even correct, and it was wrong to sort of take actions based on stated data. So look at mobile as a device where you could actually be engaged with the user on the go in an always on fashion, thus remaining on the pulse of the user at all times and thus adapting your campaigns on an ongoing basis. Secondly, communicate and educate to the users on the value of first party data. Educate them on the value that they're likely to gain if they actually engage in providing their data to you. But be sure that you tell them that you are doing the right things in place, putting in place the right checks and balances, and executing it in a privacy first fashion, because we have seen brands fall through this and face significant backlash as well. Most importantly, whether you're gathering insights in the traditional way or in the new age way, ensure that you're collecting insights about the user, about their behavior across both the physical and the digital world. Build a comprehensive understanding of the user to ensure that you're communicating to them after understanding every aspect of their behavior and not building broken silos of your understanding of the user. The next element is something which needs no introduction to everyone, which is mobile video. Standing second only to TV in terms of consumption, mobile video consumption shot through the roof in 2020, especially in India, where many of us were stuck to our homes with pretty much no alternative means of entertainment but the humongous amount of content that was being thrown at us by OTT and short form video apps. If you as a user are moving towards that, then probably all your consumers are also moving in the same direction. Hence, as a brand, it's important for you to look at mobile video as a mainstream component of your advertising budgets and no longer just an innovation bucket parked for creative excellence and awards, as has been the case for many years. It's completely easy for brands to look at their existing videos for television or digital and employ them on mobile for the best benefit. What's important to keep in mind is that every ad experience of yours should be delivered in a buffer free, mobile first fashion to ensure that users are not left with a bad taste and disrupting their experience while they are about to consume their favorite content. This is made extremely easy by well accepted industry standards, which every partner in the advertising ecosystem understands, such as the video ad serving template or VAST 4.0, which is a standard which makes it seamless for you to translate your video creatives across the ecosystem. The other element to keep in mind for every marketer while you're choosing to invest in mobile video is to look at your partners and channels on the back of ratings that are provided by industry bodies such as Mobile Ratings Council, which helps you ensure that you are investing in channels that provide high viewability and hence high brand recall for you as you start investing into mobile video. Next up is the world of in-app programmatic. This in particular is a space that I truly think is yet to be exploited significantly by marketers in India to the extent of what the Western world has already evolved into. While large brands have gone down this path, India is yet to see the boom in programmatic, and I see this is definitely to come in the next few years. You may all think that the walled gardens can provide as much reach and ROI as you desire. But what you should keep in mind is that walled gardens changes in rules and algorithms could mean that your marketing plans are disrupted overnight if you don't start diversifying your marketing plans. Start investing into the right technology platforms to delve into the programmatic ecosystem, like demand side platforms or DSPs. The popular DSPs that you may have heard of are DV360 by Google, Trade Desk, MediaMath, and even InMobi offers a DSP for advertisers to benefit of. What does a DSP really offer, you may wonder? DSPs provide the benefit of advertisers in terms of real-time tracking, control on spends, and levers that you're actually able to change to make sure that your marketing campaigns are designed to deliver the objectives that you really desire. I think the important one from DSP perspective is the transparency that it provides to you in terms of where your mobile advertising budgets are going across the supply chain. Hence, invest into it with your partners, agencies, or DSPs to ensure that you are actually curating your audiences and apps that your marketing budgets are going into to ensure that your ads are appearing only alongside content that you would consider brand safe and you would want your brand to be associated with and not going around the big bad world of internet. Lastly, in-app is also important as we are moving towards a cookie-less future on the mobile web and desktop ecosystem. In-app will provide to be a mechanism through which brands can actually engage with the user on a consistent basis and understand their interactions across the ecosystem in terms of how they're actually engaging with your brand on an ongoing basis. Having gone through all of this, I think the most important element is to ensure that you're focusing significantly on personalization. We've spoken a lot about how mobile provides a significant amount of data at every step of the interaction as far as brands are concerned. This means that you need to invest into the right level of tools, platforms, and software. You've heard of many names across customer data platforms, data management platforms, insights, and all of it. What all of these provide is a simple view for you to consolidate your first, second, and third party data into a 360-degree view of your consumer that really helps you understand your consumers better. In effect, what you're doing is to try and build a unified omni-channel view of your user by leveraging all the tools that are available today across ML and AI to thus build intelligent cohorts and user understanding that will help you build a truly personalized experience for every user. It's important to keep in mind that today users don't consider personalization to be a simple email sent to them with a name and location. Personalization can truly be innovated on by looking at every element of your creative, on ads, or your communication on your earned marketing channels. Thus, Putting in place the right levers, checks and balances, and platforms will help you make sure that personalization can make users sing songs about your brands in their social circles and friends, thus bringing in higher and higher recall for you as a brand if you do things right. To summarize, if brands are really looking to achieve mobile marketing maturity, we would highly encourage them to marry their first, second, and third party data by bringing in different tools that help you build a comprehensive view of the user and thus personalize your experiences to them in an automated fashion. Importantly, invest into the right tools that also help you look at programmatic and mobile video because these are ecosystems that will be in and around for the future, and you need to be leveraging them in the best fashion to ensure that your ROI is being delivered at the best scale.